The next days of demolition went smoothly. The building team was tearing down the house. Materials that are good to be reused are taken to the parking area, and the part that is no longer useful will be dumped later to level the terrace. When I looked at this view, I can't believe that soon on this place gonna be a real house with a kitchen, living room, 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Pay your attention to the bottom of the screen. They had brought the reinforcements the day before and now they started to work on 2 levels. One to demolish the house and the lower one to prepare the terrace. There were 2 possibilities how we can make a terrace. The first, entirely of stone, as it has been done here for centuries. It is assumed to be a slightly cheaper option. The second is to do a terrace made of cement, which is assumed to be more durable and more resistant to possible earthquakes. We don't want to save at this stage because once built, a terrace is hard to change ever again. That's what they prepared for the first cement pouring. First reinforcements, and then they set up the formworks. Due to the hilly terrain, the concrete mixer truck couldn't drive directly to the terrace. Concrete was poured from the arm. What's interesting, the arm is controlled from the outside with the remote control. The men operating it keep an eye on where to pour concrete and in what quantity. First step is done. Now we have to wait for it to dry. But our luck had to end. After these happy days of successful work without delay, it started to rain, which is rare at this time of year in Italy. And if it does, it usually lasts a while and does not interfere or anything. On the first day of rain, the team appeared, which is a proof that everyone hoped that the rain would end in a moment. Then we didn't know yet that the worst May in the history of Italy had begun. A few days later, it turned out that a flood wave came over part of Europe. Fortunately for us, in the Tuscany area, it only rained heavily. As soon as we catch a moment without rain, we took care of the garden and the building theme of the terrace. We continue the work we started in the previous episode. If you haven't seen it yet, you have to watch it. As we mentioned in the previous episode, the garden needs to have a couple of levels, 2 or 3, to make the slope more useful. Now you can see what it will look like, more or less. Meantime, the building team set up vertical formworks. Now they are showing you the final height of a concrete terrace. The gap inside the terrace is pretty big. We have an inside joke that we should build another room there. And another rainy day came, thwarting our plans. Between the rain, we managed to set up the second part of the formwork.
Questa curva potrebbe allargarsi, capito? Fermo, fermo, va.
When the next heavy rains left, it was possible to remove formworks and finally see the outline of the terrace in all its glory. The height of the terrace is about 3 meters. Next days, we have to go back to our home. Renovation won't stop when we are not here. So we are preparing the pipe to be placed in the foundation of the small house. This is how garden area looks right now. 2/3 of the area is already clear of bushes, and levels of the garden are partly repaired. In mid-May, the construction status is no house and the edge of the terrace is done.